Yeah, this message is for Jerry Lynch. Well, he's my teacher when it comes to channeling because he's an expert channeler, because he channels the ascended masters, and there's no one better, in my opinion. Um, because I'm under demonic attack, Jerry is a better channel for Sananda for talking. Um, I think so, yes. So if you got Jerry Lynch, last known, well, he's in Canada. He goes back and forth across Canada. He tours Canada. He goes from coast to coast. So you can find Jerry Lynch on LinkedIn and send him a message. Because I think he probably got his own website somewhere. Jerry Lynch Trance Channel is what he goes by. And there's no better channel for talking to Sananda than Jerry Lynch. Other than me, because I'm his student, Jerry's student, so am I as good as... Sananda hasn't come forward in voice for videos, but Sananda with the same voice that comes through Jerry comes through me, yes. So, because I'm Jerry's student and he taught me how to do it, and what I just got was the key thing Jerry would say, and he didn't say this as part of his training with me. He said this to everybody that came to his channelings. If people asked, or he would give his little blurb, usually, about when people would say, how do you do it? And what he would say is he would go to the back of his mind and make himself as small as possible. Not dense small, just like instead of being expansive, small, so that there's lots of room for the other person to come through. Because people, if they think that the ascended masters can come through when they got, their normal ego mind, they don't. Because the ego mind is edging God out, and the ascended masters are all God. They're fully they surrendered their ego so that God could be there all the time, and then they keep their personality. I mean, Jesus obviously has a personality, and the Buddha obviously has a personality. All the great masters, Lao Tzu or Confucius, say they're all ascended masters. So just think of it that there's a flip switch. There's a low setting and a high setting. If you're set to low, you're ego. If you're set to high, you're an angelic. So technically, we would say that the Buddha is an angelic, yes. Because I have to simplify everything. Because on the scale of human consciousness, at 600, everyone gets the spiritual title of perfect. And that's where you get your angel's wing. So if you're waiting for Mr. Right, why don't you wait for Mr. Perfect? And then the first thing you need to know is you need to put it out there that if you want to attract a Mr. Perfect, then you need to be Mrs. Perfect. Or do you want to, whatever your gender thing is that you want to be using. Okay, so anyways, so if you want to talk to the Ascended Masters or an Ascended Personality or multiple Ascended Personalities, then you can talk to Jerry Lynch, because in addition to Sananda, he can do other Ascended Masters. Well, it sounds like he's an actor performing these characters, and that's not channeling. Can channeling be a form of acting? In other words, could you channel for an advanced actor like Sir John Gielgud, for example? Well, I think if Sir John Gielgud was on the high setting, then can people come through me that are on the... Yes, unfortunately, they do. Yep. It's a horror. So, anyways, if you have it set to the low setting, you're going to die. Because the ego will kill you, is what Dr. David R. Hawkins, David R., the letter R, Hawkins, the spiritual teacher, that's what he said. Your ego will kill you, and ego stands for edging God out. So that's the devil setting. The devil will kill you. If you put it to low, that's the low end of the scale of human consciousness, then all kinds of mayhem and evil happens, including the death of you. And then you go to the lake of fire forever and ever and ever. So if you're set to low, you're really dumb. So flip it over to the high, and then you could have heaven on earth.